Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 19 from Marvel Comics. So I looked it up and it turns out that there's only going to be 5 more issues after this and then the series is done. I'll discuss more on that later. Let's just dive right into this. So we start off a month after the last issue and we have Richard and Felicia talking on top of a building. And they're kind of discussing about what happened a month ago. And the thing is, I don't like the way Felicia's betrayed here. Or at least I don't like the way that Richard is also betrayed here either. So what happened was that Richard started kind of falling for Felicia, and it looked like she might have reciprocated that. They've been flirting with each other and stuff. And then Felicia basically says, I need you to come here. I'm in trouble. So Richard, he hopped on a plane that Peter and Harry were riding in and went to go help Felicia. And it turned out that it was all a trap. Turns out that Felicia was setting Richard up to be attacked by the Sinister Six. And the Sinister Six basically said, you're going to be helping us. You're going to basically be betraying your family, or we're going to kill you. The thing I don't like about this, the conversation in the current day is that we have Richard apologizing and stuff. And we have Felicia saying that you deserve everything that's happening to you. Richard says that he's grounded. And she says, is it because you ran away to help me, or is it because of what you did? And he says both. And she says, well, you deserved it, didn't you? It's no. He thought you were in trouble. He came to help you. And you completely set him up. You set him up to either betray his family or die. You put him in a terrible situation. This is all your fault. Basically, Richard's freaking out because he doesn't know what to do. And he says that he's scared. And the suit says, if you want, I can take over for you. And Richard's like, yes. And so the suit says, close your eyes, son. And don't open them till I tell you to. And that's how we get the reveal of Venom. So I love this because I was always thinking, oh no, the suit's going to betray Richard and the families and stuff like that. No, Venom appears because he's trying to protect Richard. Venom appears because Richard's in a situation where he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to deal with this. He can't fight all of them at once. So the suit's like, I can protect you. Just close your eyes. And he tells Richard to close his eyes so he doesn't have to witness what he's about to do. What he's about to do is he's about to murder people. He goes and he starts attacking everyone around him. He starts murdering the guards. Fisk is rushed out of the building. And then he even goes towards Felicia and her dad. And we have Felicia begging him to stop. And Richard stops. And then he apologizes. He says, I'm sorry we scared you. I'm like, no, dude, don't apologize. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the way that I am. But if someone sets you up, whether it's against their will or not, it doesn't matter. But if someone sets you up where there's either you got to betray your family or we're going to kill you, I have no sympathy for you whatsoever. Once you put me in that situation, that's it. All sympathy is gone. I don't care what happens to you. Don't ever put me in that kind of situation ever. So I don't like the fact that Richard's apologizing. That's just my little nitpick though. We have the Sinister Six and they're discussing what's going on. It's been months and they haven't been able to see Kraven. Kraven has just disappeared. It's because he's dead, but they don't know that. Well, Mole Man knows that. No one else knows that. That's when Wesley, who is one of the Mysterios, says, well, maybe we got to think worst case. And Fisk says, you think he's dead? And Wesley says, no, worst case is he's working with Mysterio. So I'm kind of wondering about this. I'm kind of wondering why. Well, I guess maybe it's because at this point they already know that the Mysterio was not on their side. And Wesley is trying to plant the seed that maybe there's other members that are going to jump ship. Because eventually we get to a point where Mr. Negative is like, I'm the only one who's been suffering so far. You can say whatever you want, but they've gone after me. They've destroyed my business. They haven't touched any of you. How can I be sure that one of you isn't the problem? That one of you aren't a traitor? I can just go into all your minds and see. And Fisk basically talks him down and says, look at what they've done. They've turned us against each other. It's already kind of working a little bit. We get to Peter's apartment where we see Mole Man and he's breaking in and Peter is there. And basically Peter's like, why are you here? Why did you help us? And Mole Man basically explains that I don't care for who I've been associating with and I've been looking for a way out. And now I found someone and something powerful enough to end this for good. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I like the fact that Mole Man is flipping sides, that he's working with Peter and Harry. I also like the fact that his little goblin dudes like to show up and then they immediately go and raid Peter's fridge and get a can of Coke or beer or whatever and give it to Mole Man. I don't know. These little dudes are just kind of adorable in their own ugly way. But Mole Man basically explains that what happened to Peter and Harry, like being tortured by Craven, it changes people. And this is in response to Peter saying that he won't ever kill. And Mole Man's basically saying, maybe you're going to need to. And I love the fact that we kind of have a moment where, like here, Peter's saying that he won't ever kill. And Mole Man, again, like I just said, Mole Man's saying that maybe you'll need to because how you were tortured and stuff, that changes a man. And then earlier, we had Venom killing people. And the thing is that Venom is Peter. Venom is an AI made from Peter's personality. So it kind of shows that if his back is up against the wall, if he has to do it to protect his family, he will murder people. So it's just nice. I don't know. I just thought there was this nice contrast between human Peter saying that he won't ever murder people, but that's because he hasn't been put in the situation. Meanwhile, the AI version of him, which is basically his personality in an AI, will absolutely murder people. If it comes to his family or the people that are attacking his family, he will murder those people to protect his family. Then we have a moment where Richard tries to sneak in and his spider sense goes off and he immediately gets webbed to the wall. And Peter and Mary Jane are there and basically saying that you were grounded. You're supposed to, like, the grounding doesn't mean that you can sneak off whenever you want. And Peter's like, hey, how about we just kind of calm the situation down and we'll discuss things. So then Peter and Mary go into their room to talk. And I'm not going to spoil all this. It is an interesting conversation. And the ending makes me wonder what's going to happen next. But I love the fact that, hey, we have husband and wife and they're communicating, just like husbands and wives do in the real world. One of the tropes I hate the most is when characters don't communicate. And so you have like misunderstandings and stuff like that that could have been easily fixed by just talking. And here we have them talking. We have Mary Jane like basically discussing about how she thinks that she's been a pretty good wife and a pretty good mom. Kind of going with everything once Peter discovered his powers. And Peter is like, you haven't just been pretty good mom and wife, you've been an amazing mom and wife. Yeah, Mary Jane just wants to know more about what's going on. Like, just fill me in on everything. So I like the fact they're talking. This is like a husband and wife in real life. They're communicating with each other. They're on the same page. This is great. This is kind of what I want to see in 616 Spider-Man. Maybe once we can kill off Paul. Actually, what I would do is just completely just retcon Paul. Just say it never happened. It was all a dream or something. I know that's the cop-out, but I think people would be happy with that. People would be understanding of that. They'll be like, yeah, okay, let's just pretend that the Paul thing never happened. That's the stupidest story ever. But yeah, this issue was awesome. I liked it. We don't really get too much action. It's just mostly in the beginning with Venom going crazy. But I love the reveal of Venom. I love how like he came to be. It's not that the suit is going crazy or evil or anything like that. It's just basically the suit is going to the extremes to protect Richard, to protect what it sees as its family. And so that's how the Venom was born. I thought that was kind of cool. I liked Mary Jane and Peter communicating with each other. I like the contrast between, well, you know, Peter, I'm not willing to kill people, but then the AI version of him shows that he's willing to kill people if it's to protect his family. I thought that was a nice contrast. So yeah, everything about this has been great. It's been an awesome run so far. Assuming that Hickman can nail the next 5 issues and stick the landing, this series will be a perfect 10 out of 10 for me. It's been that amazing so far. Not every issue has been a 10, but all in all, this has been a perfect run. Which is why I'm so sad to see that it's only going to get 5 more issues. I am certain that Marvel's going to bring it back. They're going to do a follow-up. Because this series has been selling like hotcakes. It's been like their #1 selling series so far. Like everybody freaking loves it. Everyone's buying it. So for them to just stop and not do a follow-up, that would be stupid. That'd be leaving a lot of money on the table. Then again, I think Marvel is pretty stupid and they're leaving a lot of money on the table with the whole Paul and Peter and Mary Jane situation. But I don't know if they're that stupid. My only problem is that if they do a follow-up, I don't know if Hickman would be the one writing it. I hope he is. If he's not, I don't know if I'll read it. I might read like the first issue, but then again, even then I don't know, because I'm worried that like if this volume ends perfectly and they do a follow-up without Hickman, I don't want it to be one of those where it's like the story was great and then the sequel completely killed it. You know, I don't want it to be like Joker 2 or Last of Us 2 or like any other follow-ups that completely ruined the first one. So I guess we'll see. I mean, I'm kind of talking about something that's not going to happen for a long time. Well, I mean, at least for another 5 months. So I guess we'll see, but yeah, this has been awesome. I loved it. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still want to thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next one is more to your liking. With that said, thank you once again, and I hope you guys and gals have a good one. Later.